Going Legion as real like always. We got some Britain's Got Talent. We haven't done Britain's Got Talent in a while since we were doing Fourth Impact. 2 years ago. It's been a while, like a good long while. This is the 2019 the championship with Connie Talbot. I'm gonna say Talbot. First round, audition. Even though it says champions. Oh, this is like the champions. Okay, this is like we don't get Britain's Got Talent. At least not. I don't get Britain's Got Talent. So I don't know what the champions are necessarily, but somebody requested it, and I was like, yeah, you know what? I wouldn't mind going back to seeing what Britain Got Talent got for us today, because I started doing it a long time ago. We had Britain's Got Talent on here some years ago, and it was fun, man. I kind of enjoyed what they were doing. I always kind of made fun that there was always two hosts. I was always like, America, Britain. I was like, Britain, they need two hosts to do their show. We need one. Like, that was always the fun joke. Well, at least my fun joke. I had fun saying it. But, yeah, let's just get into it, see what it's all about. Let's hope it's good. I'm kind of curious to see what they're doing over here.
To say, surprised. Could have been worth it. Next up tonight is a singer who was just 6-year-old
That scared me.
Saw her.
She's back tonight. It's Connie Talbot.
Sounds like they're saying Talbot. Let's see what kind of incredible skill she has.
What's your name?
Connie.
What do you do, Connie?
I'm
You're a singer? Yeah?
Adorable kid.
I was in series 1 of Britain's Got Talent. I've been singing ever since I can remember, like, the age of 2.
Look at Connie here. I remember the teacher walking towards me on the playground, like, are you Connie's mom? She just said, do you realise, Mrs. Talbot, that Connie can sing?
That's where it started, really, wasn't it?
somebody.
Instantly cries. That made me get teary seeing her get teary.
When I look back, it is like it's a different person, and I was so small and I had no teeth. I still can't believe that I made it to the final.
You are the favourite to win tonight, and it's going to take something incredibly special to beat you.
Paul Potts!
It didn't really upset me, because I was just happy to be there. Tonight, I'm singing one of my own original songs.
That's a good way of
It
looking
sounds
at
like
it.
a relationship song, but it's actually about never giving up on my dream. It is a bit of a risk to put yourself back in front of the judges, as I've changed so much.
Oh, I'm really
I mean,
excited now.
Britain's Got Talent, the champions, would just be a perfect ending.
So, for anybody that doesn't know, I love like the legacy of things, right? If it's a TV show, whether I watched it or not, if I was around when the TV show came about, and it went on for 11 years, and then it ends, I'm like, dude, that show was on. It did stuff for a lot of people, like Friends or something like that, right? Like when I was there when Friends was, I barely remember when it started. But I was there when it ended, and you're like, oh, dude, it's like saying goodbye to somebody you know. But the legacy that it left behind, that's a big, huge kind of comparison. But, like, this person, she was incredible, apparently, and now she's coming back. That kind of, like, story, the legacy she's making right now, that stuff, for me, is some of the best stuff. So I'm spitting everywhere. So that makes this championship thing, I think, all the better. And it's why these shows are made. I'm also curious to see who... You want to know, like, what they look like and how they've changed and all this other crazy stuff. They purposely didn't show her face for, like, a long time, it seemed like.
I don't think I've ever told you I wouldn't be me without you. So I want you to know.
Oh, I like that part.
Even if the world stopped turning, you'll be in my heart, still burning, keeping it beating. And as long as I'm breathing, then
All right, Simon, please don't cry, Simon.
if you fall
Gotta get the Yamaha sponsorship in there.
I'd do anything for you. 'Cause even if the world stopped turning, you'd be in my heart, still burning, keeping it beating. And as long as I'm breathing, then but never give up on us. Never give up on us. Never give up on us. Never give up on
It's like a Frozen theme over here. White, blue. Hey man, and you can't go wrong putting your own music out. Show that you can write and you can do all your stuff. Jesus, the family over here. That was a great song. Hey, originals don't always work, and I don't give people credit for just an original song. That was really good.
Connie Talbot, everybody.
Come on, Connie. How are you?
I'm good.
And let's start with you, Amanda. It's little Connie Talbot.
Connie, I am absolutely astounded. I'm blown away by that performance, and just what a gorgeous, gorgeous young lady you have grown up to be. You're utterly stunning. I always think it's a very brave thing to sing an original song, but that song was on point. It was beautifully done.
It was freaking great.
Excellent technique, lovely piano playing. You've done yourself proud. I was so emotional during that.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
It was good, man. I'm really surprised an original actually.
You have teeth. I will remember that first audition for the rest of my life. There were two auditions that stuck in my mind that year, and it was Paul Potts and you. I don't think we'd be sitting here today if it wasn't for you, so we owe you a massive thank you.
I gave credit of the show to her. Huh? Oh, well, I mean,
Come back once again as a star.
12 years ago, I was allowed to stay up late, and I was sat on my mother's knee, watching your performance. It nearly killed her. I was 35 at the time. You know what? I mean, you're one of those acts that one scene is never forgotten. I can see a huge future ahead of you, Connie.
Thank you so much.
I love to see it. I really would. I think that's some real talent, man.
I really agree with everything they're saying. Seeing you perform tonight, it's like watching a fairy tale.
Yes, it is.
It was so magical. Your story is just incredible, and you're just a breath of fresh air. Congratulations on an amazing performance. Well done.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, judges. How did it feel? How did you enjoy it?
Oh, it was amazing. I was so nervous to sing one of my originals because I'm literally nervous to sing it in front of one person, let alone the whole of Wembley.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for the brilliant Connie Talbot.
Dude, their audience looks fucking sick over there. Okay, that's muted. It's muted. That's weird. I don't like this. I feel weird. Why is this muted?
The whole of
Okay, I was just making sure it wasn't like me or something, like my computer broke. Yeah. Oh, hey, it works out. I guess I can talk now. So let me know in the comments, is this something where people are coming back and they're...
And family, time for a quick break, but up next we've got Australian comedy double act, the Nelson Twins.
Man, I'm a little bit nervous.
Are you?
Yeah. I got your back, bruv. Yeah, thanks,
Don't worry,
mate.
Bruv.
Yeah.
You do not want to miss this. See you in a few minutes.
Oh, bro. Oi, bruv. Oi. All right. That's just a little too much, I think. Still too much. All right. Nah. What is this? All right. You fucking bitch. You cuck lord. All right, we'll just stick there. I don't know. I didn't know where to put it. So yeah, I thought that was actually really good. I think there's a lot of people that have real talent that go on these TV kind of like not a game show but contests kind of situations. But sometimes I think the talent is they're talented for the people on the show. Like some of the people that have really good talent, if you compare them to people in the real world that make a living doing it, we can say something like the physical performance of J-Lo, or because she's out there doing the moves, doing the dance and stuff like that, choreography, whether you like her music or not is whatever. I don't particularly care. Or pick out another singer that's really good, or a band, right? There's bands that go on these shows that you're like, hell yeah, but you compare them to a band that tours and makes a crap ton of money and that have millions of fans, you're like, not so much. They have talent, but they need I never really bought into the it factor, the X factor, whatever you wanted to call it. I never really bought into that stuff like a while ago. But when you started seeing these shows come up over 10 years ago, you definitely saw there was a difference between people that had talent and people that had talent that had a team behind them to help them make the decisions they needed to pick the right role for an actor, or the best venue for a performer. There's something to be said about the people that just kind of have the talent. But to go out there and make the money to do it, that's a whole different game. And that part can be pretty brutal and not fun for a lot of people. It's why you have managers and stuff. I think definitely Connie seems like she has the ability, what do they call it, the it factor, all that stuff like that. I think she could go out there and be, what do they call the boy band, the heartthrobs? She could be the opposite, I think, for that age group, for sure. And she has a real talent. And we got to see an original song. Like I said, I think I'm extra surprised when an original song actually is good, because I'm usually like, that was all right. Again, there's a difference between the people that have been doing this as a profession for years, and they have something to be said about, their writing ability. Also, like, there are a lot of people that, like Taylor Swift gets a lot of her music. She writes a lot of her stuff, but there's also a lot of music that's written by other people, I believe. Like that one woman that writes like almost all songs, right? She makes not all. I'm being a little over dramatic, but there are people that write songs to be sold, and so there's something to be said about a performer that can make their own music. And it can kind of be like, that was really good. And then they're like, damn, I'm really surprised. And to make a good song, I think, comes from being in, the industry, right? Same with like a comedian. Jokes are funny, but until you start like doing comedy in front of a bunch of people, you're not going to really gauge what is and isn't funny for the masses out there. Same with a singer. Some people have just the actual gift to make music that's just good. That you can hear the music, you can write the words. And some have, a casual talent like that. But it really develops from being in the business, being around other people, being friends with other musicians, and knowing what is like the sellout radio play and what is something that's going to mean something to a generation. And that kind of just comes with experience. I definitely like to see and believe that she could so be in this industry, that industry, and make something of herself. And that'd be really cool to see. I'd be really happy to. I love seeing people go from the TV contestant shows to actually going out there making real music. I believe Melanie Martinez from like The Voice was somebody that was making a lot of music, and it was a lot of good music, right? That she just had it. She had the weirdness, like the little like cutesy, chibi Marilyn Manson kind of feel, but not as crazy. She has I think a lot of the it factor, the look, the visual effects in her videos, the crazy music, the music, the beat, the music that goes behind the song, and then the music that goes behind it. Whether she got that all on her own, had help from those professional writers, who knows? Not a ghostwriter, but the people that make music and sell it. Who knows exactly? I don't, but I definitely think that there are people like that, and it's cool to see. I'm excited to see if Connie's one of those people. Like I said, you don't really see a lot of them. Whether it's Britain's Got Talent, America's Got Talent, the people from, Talent. I was thinking of the other one. You don't see a whole lot of them going on like late night talk shows, to perform, or Saturday Night Live, or things like that. You just don't see a lot of them. They may have a residency in Vegas because it's fucking Vegas, and they kind of accept a lot of stuff, but it takes something to actually make it in that business. And I like to see if she can do it. I've watched Fourth Impact for a while. They're finally getting an album together. Who knows if they're going to make a huge break in the American scene or any other scene. I don't know. I'm in America. That's what matters to me. But it's the same with her. I like to see where her career goes. It's always interesting to see these people on these TV kind of shows make it to something more than a contestant, to make it a career. I'm going to stop rambling, though. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. I try to kind of make I was making my point, but I didn't really make it the best I could, so I kind of tried to reiterate it and make it a little bit clearer. I don't really think I did. Point being is this person's talented. I think she has the look, the talent, and I can't wait to see how incredible her talent can get when she breaks into the business and starts doing this as a career and really putting huge leaps and bounds in that space. I guess is the short way of saying it. I wish I would have said that at the beginning. It wouldn't be 16 minutes, would it? Either way, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. And again, sorry for rambling, but I wanted to give it a good effort. It's also, what time is it? It's 4 a.m. So I'm kind of a little more tired, a little bit more chatty. So again, sorry for that. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. See whatever video I'm doing next. Later, guys.